Hey, what's up, everybody? So I wanted to do a live tonight about something that's been on my heart, on my mind lately. Something that I've been kind of dealing with these last few weeks. Haven't done a live in a while, so this has been on my mind the last few weeks. And figured now that I've kind of worked through it, I want to sort of talk about it a little bit. So I had a situation come up a little while ago with a client of mine, and it made me very angry, actually. I felt that I was being wronged by my client. And whenever I feel angry about something, I always have to stop and kind of reflect inwardly. I've been reading this book called The Warrior Book. So I adopted this tool from the Warrior Book that helps me sort of get through these types of situations, identify why am I angry, and work through it. And so I go through this exercise, and I realize that this anger is not actually at my client. My client is 100% justified in this situation. My anger is on me. And it's because what went wrong was a direct response to my lack of oversight on this particular project. And so as I sat there and I reflected on that, and I worked through the tool a little bit more, I dove into how I allowed that to happen. And then what actions am I going to take moving forward? So as I dive into it, I look at why did I allow a lack of oversight on my part. And I realized that during the time of this project, I was all over the place. It was a project that was pretty far away, and it was out of service, so communication wasn't very good. And instead of being there on site, I decided that being available to everybody else was more important. And so ultimately what that meant was I allowed circumstances of the world to negotiate my values on my behalf. And so when I came to that realization, I thought about what that means moving forward. What does that mean for me in my business, in my marriage, in my body, my health, in my relationships with others? Am I going to allow circumstances of the world to negotiate for me my values? And the answer is obviously going to be a no. I can't let that happen. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sit down. I'm going to look at 4 core areas of my life: body, my physical well-being, my health, my being, in other words, my spirituality, how I connect with God, my relationship with my wife, and my business. My relationship with my wife and my relationship with others is considered balance, and my business. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to lay out what are the non-negotiable values in each one of those, make them abundantly clear, not only to myself, but also to others that are associated with those tiers of my life. And I'm going to make sure that no matter what happens in the world, because there's always going to be something that happens in the world, there's always something that is trying to interrupt you, there's trying to negotiate your values on your behalf. And so I'm going to list out those values in each one of those core areas of my life, and I'm going to hold myself accountable to making sure that I don't allow anything to negotiate on those values. So I want to put that out there because it's been on my mind for the last couple of weeks. And it was this morning that I finally was like, you know what, I have got to do this. I got to work this tool right now. I got to work through whatever it is that I'm going through, because if I'm this angry at somebody, it's probably because of me. It's probably actually on me. So lo and behold, it was. So I look forward now to see how the world responds to my, how do I want to say this? I will not accept anything else negotiating my values for me. And I want to see how the world responds to me holding myself accountable to that. So I appreciate you watching, and until next time, hopefully it won't be as long. I'll try to do it a little bit sooner. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys around.